Fam Squad? Oh god, that was so cringe. Welcome to another deck profile here on the channel, where today we are talking about something that I've been putting off for way too long now. It's a deck I wanted to mention weeks ago when the set first dropped, but I just never got around to it. Plus, I'm wearing my So Okay shirt today, so you know we gotta rep Best Girl Nation. If you guys enjoy this kind of video, make sure to leave a like down below. Maybe tell your friends to subscribe. We are so close to hitting that 100 goal. I would love to get triple digits by the end of the year. But with all that being said, I'll meet you guys back at camera number 2. Alright, we got Yu-Gi-Oh! Best Plant Girl mat, Vanguard Best Plant Girl sleeves. Let's go. So today, we're talking about Lianorn. So happy I picked up this FR. I managed to trade FR of one of these cards I pulled for it. I would love to get 3 more, but this isn't green on, so it don't have to be max rarity. This is, of course, the set 6 build. I do have a completely different list for using the trial deck stuff. So if you're interested in that, make sure to comment down below. Give us, I'd say, 10 likes on this video, and I will drop that one as well. Plus, of course, you'll be seeing a set 7 update sometime in the future. Anyways, on to the current list. Let's go ahead and get started with the ride line. We are using the Roro in here, because we are using the Roro in here. And what this guy's going to do is give us a free little booster behind the Vanguard when you ride it. It doesn't help out too much, because you're ultimately going to be replacing it at some point in the game, but it's just nice to have a free start there. Moving on from that, I know a lot of people who use this ride line will use the grade 2 for Roroa to make 2 more tokens. I'm not doing that. Instead, we go right back to Lianorn's grade 2. Rectina has 2 different skills, only one really matters, and that's the one when you ride on top of her with a card with Lianorn in its name. And that is, you can Soul Blast 1, grab a grade 1 from your drop zone, and call it. So this basically turns any grade 1 that you drop the ride line into a free call. Or if you didn't open any, you could just Soul Blast the boy. Look, he's a booster, here he goes. So ultimately, between the grade 1 and grade 2 choice in this, we basically opened 2 different boosters. On to the main track herself. Lianorn is a very special girl, for multiple reasons. First of all, she's a drum major, and this entire deck is all band stuff, so me as a band geek, love. That's one of the reasons I fell in love with this card so much. But another reason I love her so much, she's a stride. So Lianorn has 2 basic effects. The first is shared with her trial deck variant, which is when she attacks, you could Soul Blast 1, discard 1 from hand, and then you boost with your entire back row. This means once you pay the cost, you go meow, nap, nap, nap. Suddenly, all 3 of these are going to be adding their number onto the Vanguard. So in this example, you'll be looking at 5, 11, 19, plus or 13 will be 32. And on top of that, she also gets a triple drive. So automatically, huge numbers and triple drive checks is amazing. But she's not done there. Because once you're done attacking with her, you can take 2 of your back row rear guards and stand back up for a standing ovation. This effectively makes the deck 3 attack, but this 3 attacks are going to be huge, because what you want to do with this is apply all of your trigger effects onto your boosting rear guards that you stand. That way she'll get all the benefits from all those triggers, but you'll actually get the power on these kids as well for their second and third attacks. As for her unique effect, you can once per turn counter blast 1 to draw a card, and then you either call a card from your hand or have to discard 1. You're going to be calling a card from your hand. This is good if you're just top decking everything, but only going to use this half the time, honestly. Like, it's a good skill, but you do counter blast a decent amount in this deck, so it might be better to hold off on that for some other skills. Of course, this is a Persona Ride deck, so we gotta max her out, you know? Turns out Persona Ride in a deck where you're buffing everything and making 3 giant attacks is a good thing to do. Anyways, Lianorn is the deck that likes grade 1, so let's talk about some grade 1s. First of all, we got the little drummer girl. Mia's percussionist loves this so much. Biala. We run 3 copies of her. BR has a nice little effect that when she boosts an attack that hits, you can soul charge 1 grade 2 or lower card from your hand in order to draw a card. This is going to allow you to have some on-hit pressure in the deck, which is great because not only will you be able to get off Vanguard, but say you have it placed behind one of your rearguard units, then that unit would gain that skill as well when she beats things. So effectively it's a 2-use skill that lets you draw and put 1 card into your soul. Which is great because Lianorn does have a Soul Blast as part of her cost. And you need to keep this cost at all points. Like, the triple drive on this deck is so good. Of course, talking about draw power, we run one of what has quickly become one of my favorite cards in the deck. And that is the Clap. Clapping Dragon has one pretty cool skill, and that is when you place them from your hand. You're going to counter blast 1. if you have a full back row, so all 3 boosting graveyards are there, you could draw a card, already good because it's a 1-for-1 deck thinning card, deck winning. But if your opponent's like grade 3, he also gets a 10k. So he gets to be a 23k attacker that lets you draw a card. Really, really good. Back to grade 1s, we run 2 Sylvias. This is the token color card that came out with Varroa stuff. And when you place her, if you're a grade 3 or greater, you get free dude. This is good. Like, you want a full back row at all points in time, so anything that just gets you free things is good. Finally, for grade 1 lineups, we gotta add some power on Lianorn, because you gotta make those attacks matter. And we do that with the Harpsichord Girl, who has a very simple effect. Just if you have 3 grade 1 or lower units, she's gonna get +5 during your turn, making her 13k on boost or attack. Hits away on grade 3 on 7, and 13k boost with a double effect efficacy, because once again they rest Greasand. Really good. We do that again with this chick. I only have 2 of her for some reason because I'm not good at trading for Dianthus or pulling them. But she has a very familiar skill that, when placed from hand, you can counterblast 1, grab any grade 3 or lower unit from your drop zone, and call it back. Res. Literally this card. Which is why I run 2 of her. Except, you know, she has a Soul Blast cost and gives the card that she calls +5. It's the same thing, same basic idea. And of course, much like Purette, she is a 13k booster. So effectively you run 5 13k grade 1s. First you just saw, there she is. Like I said, it's basically acting as my 3rd and 4th copy of Diantha, but it's the Diantha with Intercept that gives the card calls +5. Only downside being that it has to call a grade 2 or less, but this is a grade 1 deck, let's be real, you're always going to have those targets. You can also very easily early rush with this, which is good because you're going to have triple drive most of the game and you want to apply as much early pressure as you can to make all that stuff matter. Let's talk about a funny card. This is like one of the most underrated cards in all of KO. Not gonna lie. It's on hit pressure, which on one hand is kind of meh because it's just gonna be guarded because your opponent's not gonna want to let you do a cool thing. But that also means they're gonna be wasting cards from hand, which are cards that they will need for when Lianorn attacks with their giant numbers. Anyways, his cool skill when it hits. You make him go bye-bye, you grab a grade 3 from drop zone, and you get back to your hand. AKA, always Soul Blast the Persona Grind. He will get you back your Persona Grind. Like I said, honestly, this card is super underrated. I've been playing it ever since I played Shieldfisher as the main deck. Check the profile of it above. It was a really fun deck to play, and I'd love to get back to it. And yeah, it's a tier dragon. Maelstrom players, he is a tier dragon. I don't know how you can break that, but there you go. I use Soul Blast a lot in this deck. Honestly, in all my matches, I've used for like maybe once. So it's gonna be a first thing to go, but it's there if you need it. And of course, speaking of Aqua Force, here's the funny Aqua Force card. So, good news, bad news. Good news is he's a 20k attacker. Bad news, he can't attack unless you're UCing something. This is effectively going to give you free 33k columns, because he's a 20k on top of any of your 13k boosters. It's going to be 33. It's a huge number right there. That's a 2-card guard guaranteed. And like everything else in this deck, on hit pressure is huge. So you're just going to make as big numbers as you can. Super good to run out as 4 of as like your key target attacker when you don't have anything cool to do. And perfect guards. I use 3 and 1 of that. It's pretty standard. Go triggers. They're pretty standard. Alright, let's talk about a funny thing real quick. Generic Overtrigger. We use this one. Why do you use this, not so K one? Remember how she boosts with all 3 of your back row rear guards and then resends 2 of them? What you're gonna do? You're gonna have a stupid field like this, whatever. Do the thing. Here we go. You paid a cost. Drive check. Overtrigger. Overtrigger effect. Cool. Plus 10 bajillion here. Overtrigger effect. Cool. Plus 10 bajillion here. So now effectively, not only are you getting a plus 20 bajillion on your Vanguard attack, but because you gave it to the 2 units that are going to restand. Now these guys also have a stupid overtrigger attack. So effectively, by using the generic one, you get 3 uses out of an overtrigger in a turn. It's a little gimmicky, but when it goes hard. And the rest of the triggers, we run 8 crits for the good one, then we'll just go 2 and 2 for different arts. Because look at this thing, it's just... And rounding it off, we have 3 draw triggers. Because while you do triple drive every turn, that will slowly deck you out. it is good to have pieces, and Lianorn is ultimately a discard cost. Finally, going a little bit into playstyle. Like I said, you want to hit hard and you want all of your attacks to matter. So obviously you're going to have the big girl sling, where she gets boosted and gets huge. I think you get like usually a minimum 39k. On Persona Ride turn, you'll be hitting 40, 50, 60, just giant numbers before triple drive. And your opponent will guard this every time, unless they're at like 1 damage. Oh well. Because this, you want all your effects to be on hits. So things like this guy, where he hits and he could grab another Persona Ride back. Fantastic. Things like this, where if it hits, you could still charge a card and draw a card, which lets you not only have a card, but lets you activate another Lianorn skill next turn. And of course, you subsidize that by making your attacks absolutely gigantic. In addition to that, you have a decent amount of resurrection in this deck. Not as much as like a Zorger and maybe Magnolia, but between these two girls and Lianorn's ability to top deck call, you are able to make it feel pretty easily. That said, one of the biggest issues is going to be resources. Oh, there's a lot of counterblasts. You counterblast, you counterblast, you counterblast, you counterblast. Not to mention these two soul blasts as well. So your resources are a little bit tight. Your opponent might game you like that, and unfortunately there's not much that Stoke can do about it. But, like I said, you're just going to be hitting hard fast and maintaining that pressure the entire game. So that is our real quick profile on set 6 Lianorn / saying goodbye to the cool deck that I never really talked about until now. Locals wise, the deck's pretty competitive. Like, I wouldn't say it's my best deck, it's not great on, but usually goes X1, X2 is not bad. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of changes coming in set 7. Case in points get turned into a 4-attack deck thanks to some new combos that you do. But there are plenty of other ways to run this. Like I said, comment down below, give me a thumbs up if you are interested in seeing the Crown deck build that I did before set 6 came out, because it plays completely differently than the current build. Once again, if you guys enjoyed this kind of video, hit that like, let me know that you enjoy deck profiles. Tell a friend to subscribe if you're new. We are so close to hitting 100. I would love to get triple digits by the end of the year. And as always, if you guys want to help support this channel so you can afford to do more cool stuff and get more upgrades, check the links down below for Raise Energy, where you can save 15% on any of your online orders using code SkyRange, or of course my TCG player shop. Until next time, thank you guys for watching, and always embrace the internet.